everyone, and welcome to another video. In this one, I'm going to be doing a commentary talking about how you can get more headshots in Black Ops 4, so that way you can unlock camo challenges faster, and of course unlock dark matter camo. So yeah guys, I made a very similar video to this one, closer to when Black Ops 4 originally released. However, when I originally made that video, Black Ops 4 was very new at the time, and I did not have any sort of camos unlocked at the time. So now that it is 2019 and I have dark matter camo in Black Ops 4, I want to revisit the video and make an updated 2019 version of how to get more headshots, so that way you can unlock camo challenges faster, because I know a lot of you watching this video are very new to Black Ops 4, so that means you're not like a lot of other people that got the game back in October, and a lot of people that got the game already have diamond camo and dark matter, and you may have only just got Black Ops 4 and you want to get dark matter camo. However, you did not have the several months to grind it out since October, so that's why I want to make this video. And yeah guys, now that I got the intro out of the way, let's actually dive right into the commentary. And that's the thing guys, I mentioned this a little bit earlier in the video, and that is I have dark matter camo in Black Ops 4, so that means I got hundreds of headshots in the game, and when you originally start getting headshots, it is quite tedious. However, once you actually know what to do, what game modes to play, what attachments to play, you can easily get a couple hundred headshots per game. I'm not even kidding you. So guys, the first category that I am going to be talking about in this video, and that's going to be some attachments that you guys will want to run if you want to get more headshots in Black Ops 4. So first of all, you want to run a red dot sight or elo sight, and that's just because it can be a little bit tricky depending on the weapon to go for headshots with iron sights, and that's just because iron sights come in many different shapes and sizes, and it can be pretty hard sometimes to be able to get a headshot with them, because depending on the iron sight, even though it may look like you're aiming at the person's head, you're actually aiming at their neck. So that means if you want to get more headshots in Black Ops 4, make sure to run a red dot sight or an elo sight, and that's just because all you have to do is aim down sight and make sure that the little red dot is over the enemy's head, and then you are guaranteed to get a headshot in Black Ops 4. Moving over to some other attachments, I would recommend high caliber, especially if you're going to be trying to get more headshots in core, and that's just because high caliber will be increasing the damage that you do when you're shooting a person in the head. So if you are playing core and you're trying to get more headshots, it is good to run high caliber. However, high caliber is not on every single weapon in the game. Moving over to another attachment a lot of people forget to mention, and that's extended mags, and that's just because you will notice that when you're going for headshots in Black Ops 4, there will be many times where you're flanking around the map and you end up seeing two people, and you might be using a submachine gun, so that means you don't have as much ammunition, and you will be burning through your ammunition pretty quickly, and you will be taking out one person, getting the headshot, and then the other person will turn around and shoot you, and the only reason why you weren't able to kill the second person, and that's just because you were reloading. You don't want this to happen, of course, and it will happen pretty often if you do not run extended mags. Usually for my creative classes, as well as when I do play Black Ops 4, I like to use fast mags. However, when I'm going for headshots, that's one of the only times I ever run extended mags. So if you want to get more headshots in Black Ops 4, make sure to run extended mags, as well as foregrip is a really good attachment if you want to get more headshots, and that's just because you want to make sure to keep that recoil down, so that way you can be more precise and therefore aim at the head and therefore get more headshots. So yeah guys, that's going to be the attachment portion of this video. Now I am going to be talking about some tactics that you can implement to get more headshots in Call of Duty Black Ops 4. So the first main tip that I do have for this video, and that's going to be flanking. Now, whenever you play Call of Duty, most of the times you are just going to be playing standardly. You're going to be running through either one of three lanes. However, what you are going to be wanting to do if you are trying to get more headshots is shoot people in the back. When you're going for headshots and you're trying to unlock camos, one of the best things that can happen is you run into a room and you see several enemies and they're all facing one direction, and you're able to get 2 or 3 headshots just like that. However, that's only going to be happening if you're able to sneak around enemy lines and shoot people in the back. How you are going to be doing this is try flanking. So one main way that you can try flanking is go to one of the sides of the map and try to get into the enemy spawn. Now usually, once you get into the enemy spawn, you will want to kill the people that are coming out of their spawn. However, instead what you are going to be wanting to do is wait for people to set up in their positions, such as a head glitching spot, a window, anything like that, and then you are going to be sneaking up on them and shooting them in the back of the head, getting a very easy headshot. One example of this would be if you're playing on Nuketown, you're going to want to move up to the middle of the map, take out some enemies that are trying to move themselves into the middle of the map. Then once you do that, you will want to be taking one of the alleyways into their house, then you will be sneaking into their house, camping in the building, and then waiting for people to go in the house on either floor, and then you're going to be shooting the people in the back of the head. If you are playing core, you will want to run a suppressor, so that way it's a lot harder for the enemies to be able to pinpoint exactly where you are. That's one of the main tactics that I implement personally when it comes to getting more headshots in Black Ops 4. Another really good tactic to implement if you want to get more headshots, and that's going to be specialists. Now, some of the specialist abilities are really useful if you want to get more headshots, notably the Seeker drone as well as the 9-bang, and that's just because what you will be wanting to do if you want to get more headshots is if, let's say, you're using Prophet and you have the Seeker drone, you're going to be throwing it on the ground and it will automatically be searching for a person. Once they find the person, it is going to be stunning them, and for at least 2 to 10 seconds, that person is going to be completely immobilized and they're only able to shoot in one direction. When they're completely immobilized, all you have to do is aim at the person and then take him out with a headshot. It's extremely easy, and especially if you're trying to get the combat knife gold and you're trying to get kills with your combat knife, you will be implementing this a lot. However, that's a video for another day. Today I'm just going to be talking about headshots. Another specialist ability that is very useful, and that's the 9-bang, and that's just because it's a very powerful concussion. So you might run up to a position, see that there's a bunch of enemies in a specific room, and then when all the enemies are stunned and don't know what's going on, you can take all of them out with relative ease and get a bunch of headshots. And yeah guys, for my final tip that I am going to be showcasing for this video, and that's going to be play hardcore mode. I'm telling you guys, if you want to get more headshots, you want to play hardcore mode, and that's just because when you're playing core, it takes a good amount of shots to take out enemies, especially in Black Ops 4. So that means if you are playing core, you might see a person and he's at medium range. You start shooting at the person's head, however, you shoot off about 5 or 6 bullets, and by that point, due to recoil as well as adjusting for the person moving, you're not actually shooting the person in the head anymore, you're actually shooting them in the upper chest, and you don't end up getting the headshot. That can be extremely frustrating. However, if you are going to be playing hardcore, you won't be having that issue, and that's just because even if you are using a submachine gun, most weapons in the game in hardcore mode kill in 1 to 2 shots. Even the weakest submachine gun can take out an enemy at medium range within 3 shots, therefore making it very easy for you to get headshots, especially if you are using the assault rifles, because every single assault rifle in the game can take out an enemy with 1 shot in the head. For all the hardcore game modes, I would say that hardcore kill confirmed is the best. Now, of course, you aren't going to be wanting to play hardcore search and destroy, and that's just because you can only get around 5 or 6 kills depending on the game. So that means best case scenario, you're able to carry your team and end up getting 10 kills, and all of those kills are headshots. That means you only got 10 headshots in that entire game, which in some cases can last 10 to 15 minutes. You are going to be wanting to play hardcore domination, and that is just because since you are going for headshots, you're not really going to be playing the objective, so a lot of the times you will be losing, and it means that the enemy team are probably going to be calling in score streaks, which you don't want, as well as you are going to become kind of a nuisance on your team, so you don't want to be playing hardcore domination. Hardcore team deathmatch is really good, however, hardcore kill confirmed is better, and that's just because since it doesn't have a kill limit, it means that you can get more kills, as well as it means that the games are going to be a bit longer, so you can get more headshots. Honestly, when I was going for Dark Matter camo, hardcore kill confirmed was the only game mode that I played, and I was able to get Dark Matter camo within just over a month after the game released. So yeah guys, that's where I'm going to be wrapping up this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope it helped you out, and if it did, don't forget to drop a like on today's video, as well as make sure to subscribe with post notifications turned on, so that way you guys will not miss a new upload from me. We are on the grind to 10,000 subscribers before the end of 2019, so if you guys would like to subscribe, that would be very much appreciated. So yeah guys, that's going to be it for this video. I hope to see you in the next one.